All right.
We're good.
Okay, thank you. So we are reconvening the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. We are still on public hearings. Item C, 25-22 SP of Olga Photos requesting a special permit for an accessory dwelling unit in a commercial building on property located at 632 Norwich Road, Assessor's Map 2P, Block 36, Lot 28, C2 zoning district. Do we have someone presenting for the applicant? Come on up. And if you could just give us a quick summary of your application.
Sure. I'm Olga. I am the owner of the property. We have presented it a few months ago, but we did a mistake on the numbers, so we're here again. So we're renovating the basement on a dwelling unit. It's just going to be an apartment, which will comply with the rules and regulations of the town. So if you need any further questions.
All right, thank you. So this is correcting an administrative error. So we had actually already reviewed the application, but given the administrative error, it had to return. So it is the same presentation with just the corrected numbers. Is that right, Ryan?
That is correct. You do have the floor plan layout, your packets, if you want to take a look at that.
But there's no changes from the previously submitted
There's not, but there are a few numbers here that was not present.
as the previous. Understood. All right. This is a public hearing, so if there's anybody in the audience with a comment or a question on this application, this is your opportunity to ask that question or make that comment. Yep, go ahead.
Holly O.J. Stony Hill Road. What's up? I'm just not aware of what this is. Is this the old Carol package store?
No, it's Stevens Motors next to Longo's Pizza.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Any other comments or questions from the public? Any other comments or questions from board members on this application?
Madam Chair, I have a comment. I don't think the podium I'm very loud. I support this applicant.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from staff?
No, also.
Okay. Hearing and seeing no other comments, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I have a motion by June and a second by Kathy to close the public hearing. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is closed. Moving on to item D, 25-23 SP of Frank Dapston, requesting a special permit for an accessory dwelling unit at 500 Green Hollow Road, Assessor's Map 21, Block 124, Lot 3, RA60 zoning district. Do we have someone speaking for the applicant? Is the applicant here tonight, Ryan?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Frank did contact me today.
Oh, okay.
And he asked me to postpone until next month.
I just see that email. Okay.
My recommendation is to open the public hearing, continue without any comment.
Okay, so the public hearing is open, and I'll ask the board members to continue to February 10th.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion by June, a second by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is open but continued to February 10th. Item E, 25-13SA of Passay Development LLC, requesting approval of a re-subdivision at 0 Harris Road, Assessor's Map 36, Block 118, Lot 14B, RA60 zoning district, and we have speaking for the applicant.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Paul Williger. I'm licensed land surveyor representing Passay Development this evening. Passay is in the audience.
You can hold the microphone if that's easier for you. Take it right out. There.
Okay, that sounds better. So what we have for you tonight is a property located on Harris Road. It's just westerly of the Sterling Town Line. It's 7.74 acres. It was created through the subdivision process back in August, and we are now looking to re-subdivide it from one lot into 4 lots. The initial house site that was proposed on the original subdivision is going to remain the same. We are creating 2 more frontage lots and a rear lot on the southwest of the corner portion of the property. There is a wetland that runs through the property to the rear. We've been to the Wetlands Commission and they reviewed it and approved it. Proposing 4 new residential dwellings in the neighborhood there. The property is currently woodland, sloping to the westerly direction, downhill slope. We've done soil testing to see that the lots can support septic system. It's been reviewed by the health department, and they've approved the concept of what we're proposing here. We'll have 3 new driveway entrances, and then there was an existing apron that we're going to utilize this initial lot, rear lot number 2. Sight lines from those driveways are in excess of 300 feet in each direction, so that should. Okay, sorry. As far as site drainage goes, we are proposing rain garden areas to the rear of the house sites that are going to catch stormwater runoff, disperse it into the ground, kind of slow the flow off the site. Our engineer's done calculations for the drainage, and there's actually going to be a reduction in the runoff from the site than what there was prior to development. Not sure if there's any more information you want on this, but
We'll ask the public.
open for questions.
So this is a public hearing, so if you have a comment or question on this application, this is your opportunity to step up to the microphone and ask your comment or question. Thank you.
Good evening, Carla Demers, 0 Demers Road. I would just like to have gone on record that I'd like to see this plan changed to reflect that I am the owner of this property and not the sales heirs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Technically, there's a piece of land there that was lost in time, let's say, and you are occupying it.
Hold on. Time out. Ryan, when it comes to these maps, when they're produced, where do they get the information of the boundary properties?
Title search typically.
Title searches? Okay. So what's reflected on the plan is what came from the title search?
I would assume.
Yes, it is.
And what was the date of that title search?
When did I perform it?
Yeah, was it with the previous application?
Yes.
So what was the approximate date of the title search, if you can?
It was probably done back as far back as 2023.
2023? Did the property change after you said?
Madam Chair,
Yeah,
we have to go by what the surveyor says.
sure.
If the neighbor has, would like to contest it, they would have to hire their own surveyor. And really, who it states is on the abutting property owner is neither here nor there because this has nothing to do with the property.
But it did have to have a notice put out to the abutting property owners, right?
She was.
Right, yes. So,
You own land across the street too.
that is
Okay.
to our assessor records.
Okay.
And the assessor's records, I will say, do show this land is being owned by her.
Okay.
I don't know what that means legally as far as her
All right.
ownership of
So
the
as long
property
as
goes.
you've gone to the assessor and the assessor is correct on your end, and you make sure that your information is correct, then there shouldn't be an issue. And the gentleman has a question as well?
I'm Robert Lamson. I own the property adjacent to this project. They've clear cut all that property that was draining. I already have a quagmire in my front yard in spring, and I'm concerned with drainage from this. We moved here 4 years ago for privacy and quiet, and now I have 4 homes going in right next to me, and think, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, so 2 homes on the road, 3 homes on the road, and 1 home behind me. I'm concerned with drainage, 4 septic systems uphill from my well, and so that's my concern. I think they're trying to squeeze a lot of homes into a small tract.
Have you gone to the Department of Health for the septic approvals yet, or will that be happening after?
They have approved this plan with this layout. Individual lots will have to go back to get actual permits for construction.
Okay. And our approval doesn't guarantee Department of Health approval, so if the Department of Health came through and declined, then that would change our plan, correct?
Correct.
All right. So one does not guarantee the other. When it comes to the drainage, so the water flow, can you show the direction of the water flow on the property and any mitigation that's being done for the water?
Sure. The water is running in this westerly direction here. This driveway will be installed. It'll be a fill, so it's going to catch the runoff from here and direct it to the rear. This is flowing this way as it does now. There's a low area in here. There will be a berm between Mr. Lanson's property and this area where the runoff is running now, which would alleviate the amount of water that's running across onto his property from this direction. There'll be a rain garden depressed area that's going to catch the water, let it infiltrate, and settle before, and then the runoff slows at a more slow rate than just sheet flowing directly onto his property.
So the berm and the rain garden are being installed in order to slow down the current flow of water that goes towards his property, to
Correct.
retain the majority of water onto your property.
Correct.
And then none of the water is draining towards the roadway. It's all draining away from the roadway.
It's all going to
my property as well.
That's a town issue. Any other comments or questions from the public on this application? Any comments or questions from board members on this application?
I have one question.
Yeah, John?
Regarding any cuts and fills, is any material being removed from the site?
It's mostly fill. These houses that we have planned here are there's a garage drive under in the basement. So we take the high point and then we fill to the rear to get funded.
So you'll be bringing fill onto the site as opposed to...
There will be some fill brought onto the site, yes, more so than cutting the site.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional comments from staff?
No, my opinion is these regulations.
These regulations. And Sean, in regards to the water flow, the berm and the rain garden, you agree would be retaining most of the water on the site?
Well, so I can't say most of the water on the site, but it does, it decreases, the post-development condition will decrease the water that's draining to adjacent properties when you compare it to the pre-development. So post-development, those rain gardens will infiltrate a lot. I can't say most because it's not most. It's not like they're retaining an entire 100-year storm event or something like that. But it's slowing it down when you compare it to what's existing.
Any other comments or questions from the public? All right, hearing and seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing. I have a motion by John to close the public hearing. I have a second by June. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Public hearing is closed. Moving on to regular meeting. I call the meeting to order. We have additions and corrections to the agenda. So there are 3 items requested to add under new business. Item B, 26-1SA of Nicholas Waterman. Item C, 26-1SPL of Richmond Enterprises. Item D, 26-1CU of Stephen McCormick. Do I have a motion to add those under new business?
I'll make that motion to add those under new business.
I have a motion by June to add under new business. I have a second by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Those items are added as items B, C, and D under new business.
Madam Chair, just one point of correction, I was not aware that we had already added 26-1 SPL of Richmond Enterprises, so that is already on the agenda.
Oh, it's item A. All right, so we're actually adding item B and C then. Item B and C. This one's already A. Okay, got it. All right. Citizen participation, so this is the opportunity for the public to address the board on something that is not an open public hearing or a pending application. So it would have to be a non-agenda item. So any public comments? Okay, seeing none, moving on to the unfinished old business. Item A, application 25-6 VC of Costco was continued to next month. So I'll entertain a motion to continue this.
I'll make that motion.
A motion by June to continue. A second by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Application is continued. Item B, application 25-5TA of Costco Wholesale was also continued, so I'll entertain a motion to continue this item.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by June to continue. A second by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Application is continued. Item C, 25-22SP of Olga Photos, requesting special permit for accessory dwelling unit in a commercial building on property located at 632 Norwich Road, Assessor's Map 2P, Block 36, Lot 28, C2 zoning district. Since this was just administrative correction and there was no change to the plan, I think it would make sense to approve it. Were there any other comments from board members regarding that application? And
I'll make the motion to approve it.
all right, I have a motion by June to approve. I have a second by John. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Application is approved. Item D was continued, so I'll entertain a motion to continue that application as well.
I'll make that motion.
I have a motion by June to continue. I have a second by Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Application is continued. Item E, 25-13SA of Cafe Development LLC, requesting approval of re-subdivision at 0 Harris Road, Assessor's Map 36, Block 118, Lot 14B, RA60 zoning district. There was suggested conditions of approval by the town engineer. Item 1, activities shall be conducted in a manner that does not cause or contribute to violations of state water quality standards. Erosion and sediment control best management practices shall be installed immediately prior to and be maintained during and after construction as needed to prevent adverse impacts to water resources and adjacent lands. Such practices shall be in accordance with Connecticut guidelines for soil erosion and sediment control. Item 2, a full revised set of signed sealed plans is required prior to zoning permit approval. Were there any other comments from staff? No additional comments? Okay. Any additional comments from board members?
Does this have a, percentage that is for open space?
So because this is a re-subdivision, the open space was already addressed and cannot be redone. Is that right, Brian?
That is correct. We've already paid the open space fee as agreed to over the summer.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
With the conditions
With
of
those
it?
conditions of water and claims.
Okay. So I have a motion by June to approve with the conditions as read. Do I have a second? I have a second by Kathy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Application is approved with the conditions as read. Moving on to the new business, item A, 26-1SPL of Richmond Enterprises LLC, requesting a site plan approval for a 3,600 square foot package store at 57A, 7B, and 0 Putnam Road. Existing store with apartment to be demolished. Assessor's Map 1CE, Block 82, Lots 11 and 11A, C2 zoning district. And do we have speaking for applicants this evening?
The applicant has to continue until next month.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to continue to next month.
I'll make a motion to continue.
I have a motion by June to continue and a second by John. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Application is continued. Item B, 26-1SA of Nicholas Waterman requesting approval of two-lot subdivision at 373 New Road, Assessors Map 33, Lot 9, Lot 24, RA 60 zoning district. Do we have the applicant here this evening?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Come.
Okay.
Getting there. Little by little.
Yes, do you have a copy, please?
I do.
Okay.
Good evening. For the record, my name is Paul Archer with Archer Surveys, representing the Watermans, and the Watermans are here if you have any questions for them. We're dealing with Nicholas and Lorraine Waterman's property, which is on New Road, which contains almost 90 acres of land. And what they're proposing to do is cut a 2.5 acre, a little over 2.5 acre parcel of land to cut it off for their son. So this is going to be a family subdivision that's going on. Right now, if we look at the second page, which is a compilation plan, you can see that the Watermans live down here in the southeasterly corner of the 90 acres. And they're looking to cut the almost 3 acres up in the northeast corner. Now, if anybody that has driven down New Road, they could see that there was an old barn that used to reside there. There was a barn and a milk room and all that. They have since torn down the old barn. They've done a very good job. They've removed all the wood and all that. They've left the existing foundation of the old barn, which is going to stay. They're also going to keep the old milk room there and use that as a honey or whatever little store that they're going to run out of this. So what the son is trying to do is build a home here. So the son is here, he's going to try to build, so he's going to stay within the homestead. Now, if you go to the next page here will demonstrate, will show you a little better as to where the old foundation is, where the milk room is in the parcel of land. The third page here is the development that they're showing you that they're going to do. This whole land, basically, everything flows away from the road. All right? There's a stream that gets a drainage swale here. There's a stream that runs basically west of the property. That is going to hold the center line of the stream is what they're proposing to hold for the boundary line, which would be the southerly boundary of this property. For a 3-bedroom house, septic system, we have approval from the health department. We have gone to inland wetlands. We have sought approval for inland wetlands, which we have. We also have, I talked to Ryan a little bit today, we have a site analysis that shows what we feel is the value of the house for the fee in lieu of open space. And what we had talked about before, this is a family transfer. So the open space doesn't really go into effect, okay? But it does have to be approved on in case that if this is sold within 10 years, then the open space fee would have to be paid. But if it stays within the family, the open space, does not have to go to transfer, doesn't happen. So we did this is very similar to the subdivision that was approved last month at Robert Jones, that we did the same market analysis. So we have basically, I'll give you this is the market analysis that shows, you know, that they're looking at a rough value of the raw land to be $30,000, which would be a 10% fee of $3,000, which would be the open space fee at the time. Now, we've got comments from Ryan, of which we have gone ahead and made those changes on the plan. They were very minor changes as to zoning districts putting on there. We've gone ahead and put the buildable polygon on there, and we put a note on there that Ryan had requested. Other than that, like I said, it's a really family type, I'd like to call it like a family compound, that the father owns 80 acres, he'd like to give 2.5 acres to his son and his future wife, so that they could build a house here and be part of the farm.
All right, so the applicant is proposing the fee in lieu of open space of 10%, so it would be $30,000 at time of transfer. Would you say that's standard, Ryan?
Yes, I would agree with that.
Okay. Are there any other comments or questions from board members? Any other comments from staff?
Just that you must act on the rule before moving on to the application.
Correct. So the first item to discuss is the fee in lieu of open space. So if the board feels that is acceptable, then I'd entertain a motion to accept the fee in lieu of space at the 10%, $3,000.
Make that motion.
I have a motion by June to accept the 10%, $3,000. I have a second by John. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the fee in lieu of open space is approved. So now for the application itself, any items for discussion on the application? So the only comment from staff was that the fee in lieu of open space is to be added to the cover of the Mylars. So if approved, making a motion, if you can include that condition in your motion. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
To approve with the condition as read?
Conditions as read.
All right, I have a motion by June to approve with the condition as read. Do I have a second? I have a second by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Application is approved with that condition.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item C, 26-1CU of Stephen McCormick, requesting a change in non-conforming use from a commercial kitchen to a private school in the basement of 33 Main Street, Central Village, Assessors Map 1CB, Block 86, Lot 2, Industrial 1 Zoning District. Ryan, this does require a public hearing, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to schedule the public hearing for our meeting in February.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. I have a motion by June and a second by John to schedule that public hearing for February. All in favor? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, public hearing is scheduled for February 10th. Review and act on the minutes of the 12/9 regular meeting. Was there any items for revision, modification on the minutes? Hearing and seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make the motion to accept the minutes.
I have a motion by June to accept the minutes. I have a second by John. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes are accepted. Any additional correspondence this evening?
Let me check. No, we've done it.
Okay, no additional correspondence. Report from zoning enforcement. Nothing additional to the report that was presented. Report from planning department.
We are getting close to completing the front ramp. We're still trying to schedule when the railings are going to be pulled out and galvanized. Haven't quite got it all yet.
Okay. And report from engineering.
Nothing to report.
Nothing new to report. Under other, we have the advisory letter to siting council. That's regarding the trash plant. An application has not been submitted to the siting council, so this item continues to be pending. The trash plant is currently in the deep air and waste application process, which can take 6 to 9 months. So that is still pending. Did board members have any additional discussion of the home occupation regulations and the information that Katie distributed at the last meeting? So, Katie, did you have a draft that you wanted to present to the board?
So my goal was to come up with a draft. If everyone is good with the information that I provided, then I'll move forward with that draft. I think it's one last time.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to present the draft. Yeah, okay, so Katie, if you would please, much appreciated. All right, seeing no other items, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn by June, a second by Kathy, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you,